was staring at the monitor like, oh my God, is this go time? Because I am not ready. It's 32 weeks. We are not ready, little man. Do not do this. Hello, y'all. Y'all. I blame Kameron and his Texan ways for me saying y'all all the time now, because I never said it before. Last night I stayed up till 2 a.m. binge watching a show called I Survived on YouTube, and it's basically about these people that go through these horrific near-death things like attempted murder, being stung by a swarm of bees, being attacked by mountain lions, plane crashes. Really interesting stories. So if you're into true crime but you want to hear it from like the perspective of somebody who survived, I highly recommend that show because I could not stop watching. Having my decaf to sort of give myself a placebo effect. I'm hoping I won't take a nap later so I can go to bed at a decent hour this time. Anyway. So basically, every time I'm like, everything's boring, it's gonna be a while until I update next, something happens. In fact, that very night, I started having regular contractions, and I was freaking out. The nurse was coming in, I was staring at the monitor like, oh my God, is this go time? Because I am not ready. It's 32 weeks. We are not ready, little man. Do not do this. And they were coming every like 2 to 3 minutes. I didn't take any videos of it, but here's a bunch of pictures of what they looked like on the tracing. So I was freaking out, the nurse was freaking out, the doctor was busy with somebody else, and she's like, just chug water. So I chugged 2 things of water, and then suddenly it stopped and went down to the baseline, so we were thinking it was like dehydration related, like false labor, or Braxton Hicks contractions. I just had never had like super regular Braxton Hicks before. So yeah, a little bit of a mini freak out there, but everything's all good. No more contractions. I'm just gonna make sure I drink a lot of water because I think I hadn't been very good about that particular day. So then the next morning, the MFM and the team came in and they're like, hey, so we're gonna do your growth scan today. And I was like, oh, I thought that was next week. And they're like, yeah, well, we're moving it up because I'm gonna be out of the office next week. So I did get a growth scan yesterday. And I've been pretty anxious about this growth scan because I'm sitting here just wanting my son to be as big as possible, as developed as possible. I know that the size and their development don't necessarily coincide, but they did tell me that when they are bigger, they do have a better time in the NICU if they have to spend time in the NICU. So next week I was really hoping that he would be at least, a little over 4 pounds. So when they were coming in to do the scan at 32 weeks and 4 days, I was like, oh, I don't know, like it's gonna look like he hasn't grown. But we did the scan, everything looked fantastic. He's measuring, how many weeks? In some areas of his body, he's measuring like 3 weeks ahead, like 35-week gestational age. Or I guess that would be 2.5. A little over 2. But after looking at all of his legs and abdomen and head and all those measurements and everything, they have an approximate weight for him, which is 5.25 pounds. He's over 5 pounds. I'm just over the moon about that. So I'm starting to feel more confident in the fact that he might actually be, 6, possibly 7 pounds when he's born. If we go like 35, possibly 36 weeks. His sister was 8 pounds, 10 ounces at 37 weeks gestation. So he is definitely trending more on the bigger side like his sister, which I think is going to be good for him. Can't remember what percentile. I think, yeah, the 86th percentile. So he's bigger than 86% of babies at his gestational age. So I feel very, very good about that. I probably have to fact check myself, but I do recall reading that Swedish people tend to have like the largest babies in the world, or some of the largest babies in the world. So I'm not, concerned about him being too big or anything. I think that's going to be pretty normal for me. So, my lunch just arrived, and if yesterday wasn't a good news day just on that growth scan alone, I was told, we are no longer keeping you on low fat, so you can have all the fat you want. So you know what I did. I ordered bacon this morning, and I enjoyed me some delicious bacon. I'm about to enjoy me some, I forgot what I ordered, but I'm sure it's fatty and delicious. So, my fabric that I ordered to make the blanket donations for other lost parents, unfortunately the package got lost by FedEx. Good old FedEx. It's been over 10 business days sitting at the same location, and they can't locate it, so they told me to start some kind of claim with the fabric store so I can get my money back. And I was just like, wow, really wanted to make those blankets. So I got the claim started, and I just decided I'm gonna repurchase it and then have Kameron just go do the curbside pickup thing, and he's gonna just go pick it up today. They were out of the blue stars at that location, but I do have some other fabric in my suitcase here that could work just as well, so I'll start on that. And then he's also gonna bring me my serger so I can do like that interlock edge and seams and whatnot. Oh, this little panda one's gonna be so cute. For being here for 6 weeks straight, I feel like I haven't gone crazy, which is good. I mean, considering I can't leave this room really, and I can't really go anywhere except for that garden level. And I'm just kind of wondering, like, if I, when I do leave, if I'm gonna have some sort of, like, if it's gonna be weird, like if I'm gonna have to reintegrate into society in a way, you know what I mean? In the movie Shawshank Redemption, when Morgan Freeman's like, he's just institutionalized. he's not used to the outside world. He's institutionalized. But I'm kind of curious if anybody spent any length of time in the hospital, over a month, over 2 months. Did you feel weird when you finally got out? Was it weird? I'm so curious, because I can't even fathom going into a store now and like just walking on the street or going to the park or something. It's just it feels like a concept that's kind of far away. See how she looks. That's gonna look pretty cute. Okay, this one's probably gonna be one of my favorites. It's this fleece rainbow, and I just thought this yellow zipper would be such a pretty contrast with those colors. And there were a few people that were asking if it was possible to make a purchase or buy one of the sleep sacks from my Etsy, and absolutely, but unfortunately not at this current moment, because I have put my shop on vacation mode just while I'm in here. I imagine maybe in another month I'll probably put it back online just to resume business. But yeah, with Kameron working like 65 hours a week, I couldn't ask him to to also like package all my shipments and send them out and everything on top of how hard he's working at home. So yeah, it'll just be a little bit longer. Just really love these fun prints so much. I know it's really cool and trendy to have everything be super neutral and like no patterns or anything, but I love color, I love pattern, I love theme. So that's how I make things. Okay, let's see what this one looks like. Yes, oh my gosh, I love that contrast. Sometimes I really wish I could just keep all of them, but then that would just be utterly ridiculous. I think for these two, I'm not gonna do contrasting zippers. I'm just gonna do some that sort of match. And then when Kameron brings me my serger, I can finish up all the sides and have about 15 new items for the shop. It's pretty good, not bad. Anyway, I'm gonna continue installing zippers and then probably watch a movie or something. Really want to watch Shawshank Redemption now. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.